A big question in business is lead follow-up. So I want to talk to you about the secrets of lead follow-up. But look, I don't know if you've noticed, but I got Boba Fett in the background now. And do you guys remember the Iron Giant? Just got this little guy. If you haven't seen the Iron Giant, oh, I think it's time. Go to, I don't even know where it is, but check out iTunes. Watch The Iron Giant, an amazing classic cartoon. Do yourself a favor, watch it by yourself with your kids, family. It's a great movie. Anyway, let's get into it. The secret of lead follow-up, the secret to lead follow-up. I don't even know what the title is, but it has to do with lead follow-up. And I wrote down these great things for you. So get your little pens and pencils if you still use one, or calculator. I guess you wouldn't use a calculator. You would use a laptop, and get ready. And do me a favor, subscribe. I remembered. Please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to continually bring you some amazing stuff. Let's get into it. We're going to start with 0. I have 5 for you, but I'm going to start with 0 this time because I feel like 0 is just something that's skipped. So let's go with 0. So it's probably going to be 6, but here we go. And number 0 is set time to do this consistently. Whatever this looks like, your lead follow-up. And the key to this is ask yourself 3 questions on number 0. Number 0 sounds weird. Number 0 is when, how, and who. This is something that's often skipped, but what time of day are you going to be doing this, right? Find out when so you stay consistent. Is this going to be at 8 a.m.? Is this going to be at 4 p.m.? Is it going to be at both times? The point is find out when. Next, how? How are you going to be doing this? Are you going to be picking up your cell phone to do this? Do you have a dialer? Is there a built-in dialer into a CRM? How, right? How is it going to be? How is it going to happen? Is it going to be at the office? Is it going to be at your office? And who? Who are you going to be calling? This one is extremely important to me because I find that we don't plan ahead. So when we show up to calling, we're like, okay, let's see. I'm going to be calling. Oh, that's a good. I haven't talked to this person for a while. Yeah, that's not going to work. The way that it works is you plan out who you're calling. If you're going to call your past clients, then that's the day and time you're going to call them. If you're going to call your core sphere, that's when you do it. If you're going to call your database, if you're going to call your online leads, whatever it is, outline it so you know and you're more purposeful. You're in the zone. You just transitioned into who you are and who you're calling. Like, you're not going to talk to your past clients the same way you talk to your online leads. All right. So 0. Set time to do this consistently, right? Find, what is this? The WHW, when, how, and who. I would also probably add where, right? So WHWW. Does that make sense? All right, let's go to number 1, right? Since we started with 0. Number 1, you need a CRM. And look, a CRM could be as simple as an organized Excel sheet. That's easy. Or it could be a little bit deeper, like a follow-up boss or CRM Grow, or it can even be deeper like a Chime, right? Or a HubSpot, or even an Active Campaign where it includes newsletters, all right? Or Infusionsoft. But the point is you need one, and you need to have it because you can't just show up and have this be your CRM, which is what happens most of the time, right? We just call off of this. There's no organization, because the next one I get into, you'll understand why it's important. Now, if everybody is still here, no problem. I've got a solution for you. If you've been watching me, you know that I always recommend this app called MC Backup Pro. It is available for Android and for iPhone. So MC Mother Cat Backup Pro, MC Backup Pro. What it does is it allows you to download all of your contacts into a CSV file, and you can upload them into your CRM. Beautiful, right? That is magical. So listen, once you have the CRM, this is where it starts getting beautiful. Now pay attention, because this is number 2. Number 2 is You've got to pick up the phone and call them. You can't just categorize people without knowing what their motivation is and where in the timeline they are to transact or how they connect with you. And categorizing them, this is why you need a CRM, right? Or an expanded version of a beautiful Excel sheet if you want to go that route. But the point is, once you start categorizing them, that's where the magic happens, because we tend to go into our CRM and just kind of show up and be like, okay, where do I start? A or Z? And maybe just close my eyes and that's where I start. That's what happens typically. But if you categorize them from A through E, then all of a sudden you know who to focus on. Right? Now, let me take you through categorization of one type of client. And this is, let's say, for real estate. All right. I've got a buyer, online buyer. You want to say hi, Missy? Say hi, Missy. Hi, Missy. If she had a voice, that's how she would sound. Oh, okay, Missy. There you go. A through E, categorization of online buyer leads coming through. So let's say I talk to one and I want to categorize them. Well, here are the categories, right? A through E. A is ready to buy and pre-approved. Easy. All right. B is ready to buy, not pre-approved, not pre-qualified. C is 3 months, approximately 3 months. It could be 2, it could be 3, around there. And D is 6 months or longer. And then E is just somebody who's way out, typically 12 months or longer, or I couldn't get a hold of them, or it's somebody that I want to nurture long term. Now, when I go to my database and I open it up, you better believe I'm going to be targeting my A's and my B's first, right? Now, that's the purpose of categorization. I focus on those that are ready now, right? That's the key. Because we've been focusing on things that just don't matter. Somebody who's an E, we wouldn't know, like, oh, they're 12 months out, but I'm calling them again 2 months later. Doesn't make sense, right? Number 3 is automate. This is the secret to be able to grow your database and for you to be able to nurture these leads that aren't ready right now, though the E's and the D's, so that they actually show up at a later time once they're ready. The key to automation is this. The key is you've got to have the ability to be able to drip them in different ways, whether it's text, email, voicemail, video text, video email, retargeting, remarketing, right? All of these things that you can do. And in some cases, depending on if they're your past clients and they're a past client or a B or a C past client, right? Depending on how many people they've referred to you over a few years, right? That's how you categorize them. Then you decide whether or not you want to send them things by mail, send them a gift, right? But you won't know that unless you've categorized them, which was number 2, and then you begin to automate the process. Like, what do we expect in this automation, right? So you need to look at tools like CRM Grow or Follow Up Boss or HubSpot, or these companies that can allow you to automate this process, right? So automation is key. And what I recommend, if you're looking at automating the process for your past clients or your core sphere, then you look at something like LCA Nurture. That's L as in Larry, C as in cat, A as in apple, LCA Nurture. And that's very specific, though, to your past clients and to your core sphere. Like those people that would spot you at the supermarket and be like, hey, Tristan, how you doing? I know you. Like those people, right? And so those get notified differently through this automation because it's a little more personal, right? So you have to just decide after you've categorized them, how do you want to automate this process? That's number 3. Number 4, use social media to connect deeper. All right, let me show you what we do for number 4 on social media. And the key is you need to connect with people deeper. I'm gonna go to my Facebook, and the first person that pops up is Marcus. He's a good friend of mine. If I were a girl and Lisa Marie was a dude, right? what a great post. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is L for like, right? LCM is the process. If you've been following me, you know what it is. If you haven't, stay tuned. It's really good. LCM. First thing is I'm going to like it. So there you go. I liked it. Next is I'm going to comment. And I thought this was hilarious. So that's what I'm going to put, hilarious. So like, comment, right? Next is I'm either going to message him through here. So I'm going to hover over his name, right? And then the messaging option is going to pop up right there. So I'm either going to message him, or I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call him, or I'm going to text him, right? Here is the way for you to be able to connect with people authentically that are in your core sphere or your past clients. The lead follow-up, right? We always struggle with this part because sometimes you're like, well, what do I say? How do I approach them? Well, easy. Look at their social media. Do a little bit of research on them. See what they're doing. See if they've posted anything. In this case, Marcus has. So I would probably pick up the phone and call him and be like, dude, you just made me laugh. That was hilarious. Or I could just message him and do the exact same thing here and be like, hey, Marcus, if it pops up here, let's go to Marcus, and there it is. All right, perfect. So Marcus is a friend of mine. He works with street text. Be like, hey man, that last post was hilarious. What app did you use? What app did you use? Now, do you see what I'm doing there? I'm making it more authentic so people can connect with me. I'm allowing people to connect with me by not bringing up business. Like, this is not even business related, right? I'm reaching out to them and I'm following up with them in an authentic manner. And am I going to bring up real estate? No, I'm not. Not yet, right? Chances are with the people that I'm following up with, eventually it'll happen organically, or I can bring it up at a later time, but not on that first communication. So the key is when you're following up, you use social media and you like, you comment, and you message. You LCM it. We do this daily. And if you want to take it outside of social and bring it into your phone call or a text, well, you just use social media, like I said, to do a little bit of some deeper research. It can be Facebook, it can be Instagram, it could be LinkedIn, it could even be TikTok. And then that allows you to be like, what are they doing? Oh, they went here and here. Let me give them a call. Oh, they just ate there. Oh, they just had a child. They had a graduation. So many reasons to be able to connect with them. You just weren't thinking of them. So LCM it every day. And then the fifth one, as you grow, this is the fifth one, as you continually grow. So if you're a single agent and you're looking to aspire to grow into a team or a partnership or just a bigger version of the business that you have right now, that's when you look at hiring someone on the team that can help you with this, right? So like for us, I would be like, hey, I'm going to hire somebody to just follow up with my database. All those people that are in my sphere, that are online leads, that we've called but have never picked up, that have inquired about properties, that's what I'm going to have them focus on. I'm going to still continue to focus on my past client and my core sphere. And then as I grow, well, look, I'm going to have somebody that's in charge of the automation, that's in charge of maybe setting up how this automation would look for my past clients and my core sphere, because that's where we get most of our business. I want to make sure that we're taking care of it. And I still want to be the one that makes those calls to our core sphere and our core past clients, right? And then as I continue to grow, I can build this so that I take care of those people that are in my database and the lead follow-up is being done. That's the key to this. And unfortunately, some of us forget that we can't do it all. If you plan on growing massively, you can't do it all yourself, right? So to recap, number zero is set time to do it consistently. Find out when, how, who, and where, right? Number one, you need a CRM. Doesn't matter what it is, right? You need a CRM. Once you have one, then you can be like, ooh, I like this better. I like this better, right? It does matter what CRM you have, but at the beginning, I'd rather say, hey, just get one, right? Number two, call them and categorize them. Make sure you have categories for everybody you talk to so you know how you follow up with them. And number three, automate. Start looking at how you can automate the process, because that's the secret to be able to stay with people long term, right? The nurturing process. Number four, use social media to connect with people deeper. And number five, remember that when you need to grow, you're going to have to delegate. And you're going to have to delegate some of these pieces that are in your database to be able to continually bring in more business for yourself. That's it. Please subscribe. And I just remembered I need to open this one. But you know what? I'm not going to open it right here. You're probably going to see it in my background. And I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe I'll put something there, like a wooden piece there, and I'll have this guy standing up. Anyway, Iron Giant, go watch it, subscribe. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.